So with this week's build, I thought I'd have a go at building a Gaslands truck, but with a twist. So straight away I lop off the exhaust bit and using my manly saw cut away a sticky out bit that later on I realised I could have kept there to help secure the back bit that I'll be adding later. Never mind, let's move on. I found a piece of something from an abandoned project and thought I'd recycle it for this project. So sanding down the area I was going to glue and just stuck them together. I broke out my beads and made one of the holes bigger to create an angle so my legs, not my legs, the build's legs, would fit at an angle. Does that make sense? Yeah, makes sense. This round container was from an abandoned travel kit left in the back of the drawer for 2 long years. It would be perfect for this build. So sanding it down with my trusty nail file, which I'm down to my last one and I can't find anywhere in the shops. So if there's any ladies watching and you have one spare, contact me. I'll pay good money for these files, or just send me one and I'll credit you on one of my videos. Next, I glued a smaller barbecue stick to the other end of the bead and using exact measurements as to where to drill the holes for the legs. And I'm using the world's worst USB little Dremel thing. Then once I've done the holes, we'll cut to a quick montage bit while I make myself a cup of tea. And I'm back in the room. Once the legs were on, I used the inside of a squirty bottle as something for the side of the cab. Now this tube was given to me by one of my non-Patreon patrons. They just give me random plastic stuff that I use in most of my videos. And someone recently asked why I didn't have a Patreon page. Simply, I work a lot of hours and at the moment I feel I wouldn't be able to give you enough of my time, and it just wouldn't sit right with me if someone's paying say €5 a month and I don't have enough time to spend with paying Patreons. Now if anybody wants to send me anything like a bit of plastic or something that they want to see me incorporate in one of my builds, then you can email me at terrainbyaaron@gmail.com and I'll credit you in the video when I use that piece of plastic or junk. Anyway, as you can see, I'm just hitting this with various greeblies and just bulking out the main truck and cabin with bits and pieces of random stuff. There is no rhyme or reason to where or why I put the stuff on it. If it just looks good and it looks different, I'll just stick that onto whatever I'm building. Once the truck and cabin was all greebled, I then moved on to the feet and just added some sticky half beads just onto the feet, just to make it look a bit more interesting. I use super glue because sometimes when I'm at the painting stage, some of these sticky bits or sticky beads fall off, so that's why I use the super glue, just to make sure they're all glued down. So there's the model all ready for priming, which I will prime with just a rattle can of grey. And once the paint had dried, I had a happy accident because some of the grey had left patches on the truck and cabin which looked right for this build. So I started with the spider legs and the feet first and just used a jet black colour just to colour those in. Once the underside of the truck was dry, I then used a dark blue just for the cabin bit. As you can see, I wasn't too bothered where the paint was going because I can always cover it up with different colours. Then I broke out my new toy that I had had zero practice with and tried using it on the grill bit at the back. I think my paint was too thick, but I persevered. I'll get more practice in with the USB airbrush, but so far, yeah, it's I'll get there with it. So what I did was I just hit it with two different colours of red just to give it that worn and weathered look. Just to spice it up a little bit, I used a forest green paint just for the right hand side greebly bit that's sticking out. I'm going to be making a cannon that will sit on top of that, so I just painted it green just so it give it some different colours. I used sunburst yellow for the random pieces stuck around the cabin and truck, and then a metallic paint for the bits I thought that should look metallic. And I just kept adding colours to the build randomly until I was happy with how it looked. I then went around and just dabbed on some rust colour just to bits of the truck and cabin. Nothing major. And then I quickly rustled up a weapon for the side of the cabin, which was basically a vape pen and bits of the inside from squeezy balls. I just painted it green and then stuck it onto the build. And that was my version of a Gaslands Truck walker. And as always, thank you for watching. If you like what you saw, please like, subscribe if you haven't, tell your friends, and I'll see you on the next build. Until then, keep scratching that build, everybody.